What is up YouTube, Ultimate here, and today we're going to be doing an eBay scam video. So this is going to be going over the eBay pre-order scam. The reason why I decided to do the eBay pre-order scam right now is because the Nintendo Switch is going to be released, and the Nintendo Switch is actually tying into this eBay scam video because there's a lot of people on eBay that are trying to do pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch, and they're basically abusing eBay's current pre-sale policy. And when they actually do abuse that, they can basically steal people's money and just run away with $300 to $400 and never ship the console. It's actually kind of outrageous. So, yeah, before we jump into that, we are going to be doing a giveaway. The giveaway is for a Captain Falcon amiibo. All you have to do is like the video, comment, and be subscribed to my channel. We'll be doing the giveaway during the next eBay Mail Day episode. And I do want to do a shout out for my friend Parker. He's making a brand new gameplay channel. He's done a few Witcher videos so far, and he's also going to be doing Diablo 3 live streams with me on the weekends. His name is PreOrder, and he will basically be doing random games. I don't really know what games he's going to be playing, but I do know he's going to be doing Witcher and Diablo 3. I'm personally going to be doing Nuzlocke runs on the weekdays. On the weekends, like I said, I'm going to be doing some Diablo 3 with Parker, and we'll go from there. I have been doing some random stuff, like just today we were doing some Smash Bros. Streams, so make sure to have notifications turned on for our live stream, and let's jump into the video. First things first, we need to understand what is a pre-order. A pre-order is reserving an item that is subject to be released on a later date. Now we need to understand what is the difference between a pre-order at a retail store and a pre-order on eBay. When you pre-order an item at a retail store, you have to put a down payment of 5 to 10% on an item. Now, once you actually end up getting the item on release, you have to go off and pay the rest of it. When it comes to a pre-order on eBay, you have to pay the full amount immediately. Once you do that, you are protected by the eBay Buyer Protection Program, which states that after you purchase an item, you have 30 days plus the estimated shipping time, which is generally 5 to 7 days. We'll just say 5 days because that's generally how it is. So 35 days from the purchase date to go off and file a claim and end up getting a case opened up, which eBay will then allow you to return the item for a full refund. Now here's the problem. When it comes to pre-order items, people do pre-orders 2 months in advance. And when you buy the item, your eBay Buyer Protection Program automatically kicks in when you make the purchase, not when you receive the item. So here's the major flaw. So what did eBay do? They went off and made a pre-sale policy. The pre-sale policy states that an item that is up for pre-sale can only be listed within 30 days, keyword, within 30 days of the item's official release. So from the Nintendo Switch, the release date is March 3rd. 2017, and that would mean that you'd be able to the first day list up the Nintendo Switch for pre-order on February 3rd, right? If we're going by every single month is 30 days, because months do tend to not be 30 days, but let's just say that's a rule. So is that correct? No, that is wrong, right? You can actually list it up on the first day on January 3rd. Now, you would ask, how do you do that within eBay's terms of service and terms of use? It's very simple, really, because it says within. So here's the little workaround. You can make a listing on January 3rd, put the duration to 30 days. That way it ends on February 3rd. That means it ends within the time frame that you're allowed to have a listing up. So it's within the terms. But the problem is that on your item that's within the terms, you can have a buy it now price. And what's going to happen when you have a high demand item for a buy it now? It's going to immediately sell. And it's going to sell, let's just say January 7th. That means that January 12th, you're not going to have, not January 12th, February 12th is going to be the last day for the buyer to actually open up a case against you. They do not have any, basically, protection, because by the time they actually receive the item, the eBay Buyer Protection Program has long since expired. So that's like the huge flaw, and this is abused so much on eBay. It is abused so much. If you look right now on eBay and you look at Nintendo Switches, they've been selling on eBay for the past month or so. There's Breath of the Wilds have been on eBay for like 2 months. They don't even enforce the pre-sale policy on video games. They enforce it sometimes on consoles and graphics cards, but if it's like a medium tier item, they don't. Like I'm right now seeing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for pre-sale. The game hasn't even been announced yet. It's going to be coming out in the last quarter of 2017, which is like 6 months from now, and people are doing pre-sales for it. It's insane. So we're going to look at Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And as you can see here, it's going to be, this listing was ended on November, what is this, 26, 2016? I believe it's 26. Let me actually make this full. Sorry about that. Yeah, November 26, 2016 at 2:21 p.m. And this guy is selling it for $54.98 with $4.99 shipping. So, does anyone want to explain to me how a person is getting the game for less than $54 and making a profit on it? I don't really think there's a way. I guess you could do it with the Best Buy Gamers Club, but even then, with the eBay fees, you wouldn't be making a profit. You'd be probably not even coming out even. So, there's really no benefit whatsoever to be doing this, and in all honesty, this is just proof of, this is like a prime example of someone getting scammed, because if you look at the date, you go off and you're like, November 26th, they obviously don't even have the buyer protection program right now. It's already long expired. And they're not even going to be able to leave feedback on the seller's account, because by the time they're supposed to be having their items shipped out, right, the 75-day rule is going to pass. So this person is absolutely screwed, or I should say these 3 people that ended up buying the games. So it's very, very sad. This is just one of many. We're going to go here. So this is the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Edition Switch. As you can see here, sold for $300, and it was sold on January 13th, 2017. Again, this is just proof of point that you can list items beforehand, and even sometimes, like I said, with the basically the games, eBay does not really even like enforce their policy. When it comes to consoles, they do, because those are generally over like $200. But when it comes to like these just like special editions things, they really don't enforce it, and this becomes a huge problem, because if you look on Google, you basically Google search basically eBay scam, eBay pre-order scam, you'll see hundreds of complaints, and it's all over the eBay message boards. eBay knows about this, and they're just like, we don't see a problem here. It's the cost of doing business. And it's like, pretty bullshit. Pretty bullshit. So, let's just go by eBay's buyer protection policy and eBay's pre-sale policy. You can still get scammed if the buyer or if the seller actually basically follows them to the point. So, let's just say you make a listing on February 3rd for the Nintendo Switch. So, bring this one back up. You make a listing on February 3rd. Okay? The Nintendo Switch releases on March 3rd. You call up you don't call up, but you send a message to the buyer on March 4th, telling the buyer, hey, I do not have the shipment in. Do you want me to cancel your order? 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, the buyer's going to say, please hold on to that. I really want to get the Nintendo Switch. I'll be willing to wait another week. If they decide to wait another week, guess what happens? Their buyer protection program basically skips out, and they won't have the possibility of getting an extension, because eBay does not do extensions on buyer protection programs. Now, what else can they do? Well, the seller could be like, okay, shipped out your item right here, and expecting the mail within a week or so. The item doesn't get received. Buyer contacts the seller. Seller says, oh, no, I definitely put it in the mail. Don't worry, you'll be getting it sooner or later. I put it on retail ground. It can take anywhere from 2 to 8 days. And then contacts him on the 8th day. Oh, it might be a few more days. If it doesn't happen the next few days, then contact me back. By the time that the buyer actually realizes that he's been screwed over and his buyer protection's run out, it's already too late. eBay's not going to help him. This is just a prime example of all the bullshit that happens on eBay. And when it comes to pre-orders, you tend not to actually want to do them on eBay unless it's like within 3 to 4 days of the item's actual release, and that's the only option. Then sure, you can do a pre-order. But when it comes to months in advance, you don't want to do a pre-order, because you're going to run out your buyer protection. eBay's not going to cover you, and they're going to tell you, well, sorry, even knowing this listing is in complete violation, there's really nothing we can do, which is total BS. So here's another funny one that I was simply amazed. You can see here. Nintendo Switch pre-order pre-sale. Reserve your copy March 2017. $299 plus $18 shipping. So this guy has obviously 656 feedback, and he made $300 off some sorry fellow because he sold it on January 1st. January 1st, he sold the Nintendo Switch. I think that's actually before Nintendo Direct. Quite possibly could be before Nintendo Direct. And he sold it for $299. How much is the console's price? $299? Why on earth would you sell a brand new console? You're going to have to pay tax on. You're going to have to basically pay the eBay fees, shipping fees, because generally just shipping fees are sometimes more than $18 when it comes to a console size box. That doesn't make any sense. Like, even if the person was assuming that it'd be $259 for the console, let's just say if this was pre-Nintendo Direct, because I don't think they actually released a price tag, that's still not even worthwhile. It doesn't make sense for them because the eBay fees alone are going to be $30. The eBay and PayPal fees will definitely be $30. So he's not benefiting this in any way, shape, or form. He sure as hell doesn't have a store that's getting Nintendo Switches in stock. So it's just essentially amazing the amount of people that fall for this scam. And the reason why I made this video is because I had a few people jump into my live stream, and I've gotten comments before like, should I buy a Nintendo Switch on eBay? And I was like, no, you should not. Because this is exactly the problem that you'll see. And I'm actually going to go off and pause the video right now. And I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about before about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity being up for pre-sale right now. It has not even gotten its official release date. And even with, Breath of the Wild? When Breath of the Wild first got announced, back in 2016 when it was supposed to get released during, I think, August or September, before the delay happened, there were people doing pre-orders for that. Those people obviously waited like 2 months before the delay happened, and then guess what happened? They had all their money stolen. So this is just a small amount of the bullshit that you have to know about eBay. Again, would not recommend doing pre-orders on eBay unless you go through stores. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Again, we are doing a giveaway for the Captain Falcon. This is going to be done during the next eBay Mail Day episode, which will most likely be around Sunday or Monday. And, yeah. If you guys haven't already gotten a Nintendo Switch, I do have a video explaining how to basically cheat your way into getting one. Right now, it does not work, but it's highly likely that the week before the Switch actually gets released, all the major stores are going to be doing a micro restock where they're going to be putting a few of the Switches out before the release date. And I honestly believe that you'll be able to get one. I do think that the Nintendo Switch is going to be a success. At least I hope so. But I do also think that you shouldn't be putting out $400 to $500 for a console. Worst case scenario, you could wait about 2 to 3 months after release of Switch. I'm sure there's going to be a few people that are unsatisfied with the game titles, considering the fact that there's really, right now, only one major title that's coming out, which is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Mario Odyssey is very far away. It's coming in December. And there's a lot of other stuff that's kind of BS with the Switch. Example, the online play you're going to have to pay for. So maybe people get fed up with that, and you'll see some Nintendo Switch consoles on eBay for around the $200 to $250 price range. If you have the patience to wait, I would strongly recommend doing so. If you're looking to get a Switch ASAP, make sure you have notifications on now in stock, and be actively looking, because you're only going to get 1 or 2 chances, if that. I honestly think it's only going to be one chance for a possible micro restock within about an hour to 30 minutes time frame, and once that's gone, it's gone. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys.